Yeah, that'll help.
Cool. It's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com, and we are live at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And we are here for the new exhibit, Grateful Dead, A Long Strange Trip, and we're talking today with Howard Kramer, curatorial director. Thanks for being with us today, Howard.
Hi, Thomas. Nice to be here. That's one seriously tricked out iPhone you got there.
Yes, it is.
Whoa, blinded by the light.
And we're going live.
Yeah, we're here.
It has been a long, strange trip.
Yeah.
You have been working on this exhibit for how long, putting it together?
I've been working on this for about 18 months, almost 2 years.
Wow.
2 years, yeah.
You work with a group called the Grateful Dead. What is it about these guys? I mean, they have no fancy lead singers, no big lead guitarists, no big stage show. What is it that's so attractive about this band?
There's a connection between the fans and the music that is indescribable and without parallel with any other group. And any other group that has something like it, it's always compared to the Dead because they're the ones who laid down the foundation. It was a matter of people believed what they heard, they understood it, and it appealed to their soul. And that's why the Grateful Dead had their audience, and that's what defined them. This
music, for lack of a better term, Americana, it's very American music. It has little elements of country in it. But what do they like about the music itself? Because it really is about the music when it comes to the Grateful Dead, is it not?
You know, when you talk about the Grateful Dead and their fans and the people who are into the band, everybody has their own view on it, but there's this weird commonality about it. I think the fact that it's a rock and roll band at its core that's informed by folk and country and gospel and old weird America, anthology of American folk music, Harry Smith thing. I mean, it all works together. Plus, the improvisation aspect. I mean, they took everything, put it on stage, and left it out there. There was nothing that they brought anywhere else. There wasn't, like you mentioned, there's no image, there's no hype.
Right.
It's the band, it's the music, and then it's yours. It's not ours anymore.
They never did the same show twice. There were people that would follow them around called the Deadheads.
Yeah.
Talk about what you got in the exhibit here, because they do have this subculture of folks that would tape their shows, that they would encourage folks to tape.
Well, the exhibit's designed not around chronological events, but around themes. And in the case of the Grateful Dead, these themes are the band themselves, songs, records, fellow travelers, people who are around the band, art, gear, equipment they use, and as you were just saying, fans and tapers. And that's a section in and of itself.
So talk about the taping. How did that work? I mean, they were one of the first to really encourage it, and it's still not really encouraged.
Well, it wasn't encouraged. What happened was it was happening, and it became to the point where people who were taping were kind of impeding on the other fans' experience by setting up these microphone stands and bringing these recording rigs in the show. So they said, well, you know what? Why don't we give tapers a section? We can control the amount who are there. We give them a spot where they can do it from. It's all good. And the tapers, adopted this code of honor where they traded and didn't sell the tapes. And that was the key thing. There was no commerce involved.
So they were kind of ahead of the curve in terms of social media because they were getting these things out and the fans were trading and exchanging, and that was building their buzz.
On that level, also on the level of fanzines, there were Grateful Dead specific fanzines that were distributed amongst the fans. The Grateful Dead were the first band to have a presence on the internet in 1994. Dead.net, still out there, still running.
So even though they were a low-tech band, they were pretty high-tech with their equipment.
The greatest thing about their technical aspect is the Grateful Dead concentrated on the music. All these things that happened around them happened because they had a lot of enterprising fans, and they just kind of let it happen without, they kept their thumbprint off of it.
Right. Talk about these fellow travelers, folks they gathered around them, people like Bill Graham who helped promote them, or Owsley, this guy who made LSD and built a huge sound system for
Well, Owsley Stanley, a.k.a. Bear, was a remarkable character. I mean, he wasn't always universally loved, but he was a brilliant, brilliant guy. He supported the band when he was an LSD manufacturer, and by all reputation, made the finest LSD in America, for better or for worse. And also at the time he made it, at one point, it was still legal. It wasn't illegal until much later on. But Bear also helped design the Wall of Sound. He conceptualized a lot of their PA things. He was their front of house guy through around 1971. He was a guy who informed their ethos, and also Ken Kesey. Neil Cassidy, the writer Neil Cassidy, was a huge influence on them as a group and individually.
So A Long Strange Trip, it covers a 30-year career. Thank you so much for putting this together, Howard. Thanks for taking time to talk with us.
It's great. It's great. Thank you for putting us live on the internet, man. Come on down.
Thank you. Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com, live from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.